What's going on, guys? Robert with the Bodybuilding Anchor. As we get closer to the Arnold Classic, the excitement is ever so rapidly growing. Nick Walker and Samson Nauta being the fan favorites to take home the crown and win this show. But before everyone starts to make their predictions, we have to ask ourselves some questions. Who recently beat out everyone in this lineup at the Olympia? That will be Nick Walker. Has Nick ever showed up off to a show? Answer to that is no. Has Nick also made improvements to his physique coming out of the Olympia and into the Arnold? The answer to that is yes. So I'm going to tell you why Nick Walker is without a doubt going to win this show. So sit back, relax, smash that like button, and let's get into it. So we will start off at the New York Pro in May of 2021. As you can see, Nick Walker came into this show with his conditioning very on point and with a good peak. Nick is looking very full here with good vascularity. The show is where Nick Walker really first came into the bodybuilding scene and really made a name for himself. He came into this show very confident, stating that he was going to win, and what did he do? He won. Fast forward 4 months to September of 2021. As we compare these two looks that Nick brought to these shows only 4 months apart, you can definitely tell that improvements were made and he brought an overall better look to the Arnold of 2021. To me, it looks like he added some size to the delts and back, bringing much more detail to this show. And once again, Nick showed up in great condition and had a very well timed peak. So this tells us two things. One, Nick is very good at captivating on the post-show rebound period to add some size in those lagging areas. He has talked about this many times on podcasts, and that his body responds just really well to it. 2. Nick's coach, Matt Jansen, knows his body extremely well and has always brought him to shows completely dialed in with conditioning and also being properly peaked. Nick has made improvements from every show he has done. After the Arnold 2021, Nick went on to place 5th in the Olympia, earning him qualification for the 2022 Olympia, for which he placed 3rd in. And in my opinion, the 2022 Olympia was the most competitive in the past 10 years. The biggest threat for Nick at this year's show is Samson Nauta. Samson has been making very good improvements since the O, with what looks to be added size to his back, one of his most lagging areas. From his updates, I think he will also have better posing at the show, something of which that has hindered his placement at the O. In my opinion, he should have beat Big Ramy, and this is one of the reasons. That cost him 5th place. If we look at Nick and Samson's comparisons from the Olympia, you can see here that Nick is way harder than Samson, has better conditioning, and has much more mass to the upper body. Samson does have a very small waist, so that's one thing that he does have on Nick Walker, a better X-frame. But one thing that Nick has most definitely improved since the Olympia is his waist size. Nick has said he has been working very hard to bring it in, and I believe it is working from all the updates Nick has been posting. So if Nick is able to bring in his waist, this is going to be one massive improvement for him, because we all know the biggest thing about Nick is he's shaped like a block, and his X-frame is not very good. And you can see here from the back double, Nick has much better hamstring and glute separation, and I think he is just a better poser in general. So with all of these things that Nick was beating Samson at just a couple months ago, is it possible for him to improve at all of these areas? The answer is no. Samson has improved in some of these areas, but definitely not all of them. So in summary, I think this show is over before it even starts. If Nick brings a better package or even a similar package that he did at the Olympia, he is most definitely going to beat Samson and everybody else on that stage. Nick is the most consistent, confident bodybuilder of this era. He always delivers. So why would anyone think he's not going to deliver for this show? But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.